All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Patoli. I am one of the founders of Cometly. Cometly is an ad attribution software that helps WooCommerce stores just like yourself accurately attribute revenue back to the correct ads so you can scale up faster and profitably. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Google ad conversion tracking for your WooCommerce store in 4 simple steps. Step 1, set up GA4. We're going to briefly cover GA4 and just make sure you have it set up correctly. And after you have that set up correctly, we can move on to step 2, which is setting up GTM web container. GTM is Google Tag Manager, and that pertains to step 3, which is going to be configuring Google Tag Manager so you can send all of the data back to GA4. And step 4 is setting up Google Ads conversion tracking with enhanced conversions. Now, all enhanced conversions is essentially giving Google all of that data from the purchase, including the customer information, so that Google can better optimize your ads and you can get better results. So let's go ahead and get started with step 1, set up GA4. Before we get started, I want you to go ahead and click in the description below and look for Guide Set Up WooCommerce Google Ad Conversion Tracking. It's going to be the first link in the description. Make sure you go ahead and click that link and download the step-by-step guide so that you can follow along while I'm going through the video and setting it up. And even after the video, you can always reference back to this and have this guide so that you can easily implement step by step. So let's go ahead and get started with step 1. All right, awesome. Now that you have this guide downloaded, this guide is going to show you exactly how to set up your WooCommerce Google Ad Conversion Tracking step by step. I'm going to be referencing this guide in the video, so if you have not downloaded it, I highly recommend that you do so that you can follow along, and it shows you step by step and gets very granular with all of the details. You will also need this to even copy and paste the data layer event names, so make sure you do get a copy of this so that you can do that. Now, step 1, setting up GA4. We're not going to fully set up GA4. If you have not done that already, you can check out one of our other videos on the channel that show you how to set up GA4 for your WooCommerce store. In this case, it's very simple, so I'm just going to walk through it pretty quickly. You can skip this section or just fast forward 25 seconds if you already have this set up. Essentially, what you want to do is go inside your WooCommerce store, and you want to use any plugin. You can use one right here. This is one that I do recommend, Integrate GA4 Google Analytics. You install the plugin and go to settings, and you simply copy and paste your GA4 measurement ID. You can obtain your measurement ID by going into your GA4 account and going to the data streams here, and you can click the data stream and you can copy the measurement ID, come back to your Google, your WooCommerce store, and copy that in, hit save changes, and now you are all set and you have that set up. Okay, so that's just quickly wanted to go over step 1. Step 2, we are going to talk about setting up GTM web container, which is Google Tag Manager. All right, for step 2, setting up GTM web container. If you do not have a Google Tag Manager account, you can go ahead and just type in Google Tag Manager, click start for free, and if you do have one, you can easily just use your existing container. Now, if you do need to create an account, it's very easy to set up a container. Just click start for free, and then make sure you choose the web container and just name the container the domain of your site, right? In my case, it's www.acceleratetees.com. Click create container, and when you get in there, the next step is going to be installing in code into your WooCommerce store. So what you want to do first is click GTM right here, and you want to install these codes. The first one goes into the head tag as high as possible there, and be before the closing body tag for the second one here. Now, what you want to do if you do not have like a script plugin to install these, you can look up the header and footer scripts inside the plugins, and you can use this one right here by Digital Liberation, and all you have to do is find that here in the settings, and you can see header and footer scripts, and that's going to load. Now what you want to do is you want to copy this code here into the head tag here in the header, and you want to copy that second one into the footer, and click save. All right, so after you click save, you are all set. That is now installed, and when you go to the store, you will be able to see that when we get to that following step, right? And so the next part is you want to navigate to your plugins in your WooCommerce store, and you want to search for GTM for WordPress, right? WP. And so you want to go here again into your plugins, and you want to search for GTM, and this is by Thomas here, and you click into it, and you want to go to your settings. Okay, and so what you want to do, depending on what type of site that you have, mine is a hosted WordPress, right? Okay, and so you can go to install plugins after you install it, and you want to find GTM for WP, click settings. All right, now this part's very important that you set this up step by step. So you first want to copy in your Google Tag Manager ID. So that is this ID right here inside your account. So you just want to hover to the left, copy that, go over here, copy this in, make sure there's no space there. Make sure the container code is on. Make sure the container code compatibility mode is off, okay? And you want to save changes. All right, after the settings are changed and you have saved, make sure these are correct. Go to basic data, and you want to, go to events. Okay, and you want to make sure this is selected, form fill events, GTM for WordPress form, check that. You also then want to go to integration and select WooCommerce. Now, the most important one that you want to track here is track enhanced eCommerce. Make sure that is selected. And you want to make sure that you have cart as first checkout step, cart content and data layer, customer data in the data layer, order data in the data layer, and click save. Okay. Now that that is all set up, we are going to move on to step 3, which is configuring the Google Tag Manager to send data back to GA4. Okay. So what you want to do now is you want to set up your GA4 configuration tag. Okay. This is going to be, what is going to communicate with GTM, and it's going to send data back to GA4. So you want to go into your account here, and you want to click tags, select new, and you can call this GA4 config, and select Google Analytics GA4 configuration. And now you make sure this is selected, send a page view event when this configuration loads, and you want to get the measurement ID from Google Analytics. So on your Google Analytics account, you want to go to the bottom left and go to admin and GA4, go to data streams, try that again. You want to go to data streams and click into your data stream and copy this measurement ID here. Then you want to go to triggering and make sure all pages is selected, and then click save. Okay. Now I already have my GA4 config tag created, so you should see this now on your screen, and you want to make sure that tag is saved. The next part is you want to set up your eCommerce variables, right? So these are in the guide. So if you have not downloaded this, this is the part where you do need it. So make sure you go ahead and click below and download. And essentially what you want to do is go into Google Tag Manager, go to variables, okay, and user defined variables, click new, and we're just going to call this one eCommerce, and data layer variable, enter in eCommerce, click save. We're going to go to the next one here, eCommerce currency. Go back to Tag Manager, click New under User Defined Variables. eCommerce currency, data layer variable, there you go. Click Save. And we're going to do this for all of these right here, eCommerce items. Save. Make sure those are lowercase as well. And now we're going to do the transaction ID. And we're going to do the value. Okay. Click Save. Perfect. Okay. Now that you have set up the eCommerce variables, what you want to do next is set up your GA4 eCommerce tag. So what you're going to do is name this GA4 eCommerce events. We're going to select the existing configuration tag, and we're going to make sure that we choose event for the event variable, right? So anytime that there is an event, it's going to pass this data in every time. So what we want to do is go back to Google Tag Manager. We're going to go to Tags, and we're going to call this GA4 eCommerce events. Click Tag Configuration, select Google Analytics GA4 event. We're going to select the existing GA4 config tag that we already created. Okay, and we're going to click right here next to under event name, and we're just going to choose event. And that means that it's going to dynamically send any event that we have selected forward, right? And so next what we want to do is we want to add in the eCommerce variables that we just created. So under event parameters, we're going to click add row under parameter name. Okay. And we're going to call this commerce. And we can just select these in. And you can see that we're just selecting those dynamic variables, right? So it's going to pass in these variables dynamically into GA4. All right, and now we have them all. All right, now what you want to do is go down here to Advanced Settings. Sorry, more settings here, and you want to make sure you select Send eCommerce Data. All right, make sure that's data layer. Perfect. Now you want to configure your trigger, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to the top, and you are going to click New Trigger, okay? And just like it says here, you're going to call this GA4 eCommerce Events, and you're going to choose Custom Event, and then you're going to copy this in right here. This is going to dynamically send in these events, and make sure you use regex matching. So, okay, we're going to just call it GA4 Events, and we're going to choose Custom Event. We're going to copy that in from the sheet, select Use regex matching, and we're going to fire it on all custom events and click Save. All right, and now that we have that saved, You want to make sure you save the trigger, save the tag, and you are all set then for setting up conversion ads in Google with enhanced conversions. Now, before you actually do that, you want to do one more thing, which is preview. And what this does is start the Google Tag Assistant. You just put in your domain, you hit connect. It's going to open up the live site. And you can see here on the left now that you have your GTM tag, you have your Google tag, and you can see that it is actually receiving hits from DoubleClick here, right? Which is GTM. So it is actually receiving that data. You can now see that it is sending over all of this information. Now that these are installed, you have all of your e-commerce data. You can see everything right here, right? And you can see when the window loads, you have your customer billing first name, last name, right? And I'm going to show you that in the next part for step 4. But this is how you can navigate now. Go to the next page, and you will see that it loads here, right? And now you have all this information coming in. And so what I'm going to do is show you in the next part how when somebody does make a purchase, how we're going to send over this information when a purchase occurs. We're going to send that back to Google in step 4. All right, guys, I just want to quickly show you exactly how Cometly can help you scale ads profitably for your WooCommerce store, whether it's Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, any type of ads, and full marketing attribution. You can literally see exactly which ads are driving revenue, exactly who the customers are, and their entire buyer journey, right? So it's very powerful when you can see all this data in one place. You can manage your budgets and you can scale up right inside one platform and get all of the true data in one place, right? So for this campaign here, you can click into 15 purchases and you can see exactly who the 15 people are, right? You can click into the name and you can see here is the entire buyer journey. Here's a lifetime value. Here's all their transactions. Here are the exact ads that they are clicking. And you can go through and see that for every single customer. And it gives you a full picture so you can make better decisions on what campaigns are doing the best and scale those and focus on those. If you are interested in booking a call with myself or the team, please book a call by clicking demo inside the video description. All right, let's get back to the video. Thanks so much. All right, step 4 is setting up Google Ads conversion tracking with enhanced conversions. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to go into Google Tag Manager and you want to click preview. It's going to open up the preview here, and you just go through and you could basically just fake a checkout through your store. The easiest way to do that is just to have a product that's $1, and then you can easily fake the conversion, right? And so all you need to do is just go through and you want to look at the purchase event here. After you make the purchase, you should see this show up. And if you installed everything correctly throughout the video, you will see all this information. So you'll see Cometly's, my Cometly email here. You'll see our office address. You will see all of this throughout here. You're also going to see all of the e-commerce data, right? So all of this information you're going to see here. Now, probably one of the most important things here is just making sure that you do have all of this, right? You can see that I bought the Comet T. Make sure that everything is on here and you are all set, right? And you can see that it pushed the purchase and it even pushed it forward to GA4, and you can see what the order value was, right? Okay, cool. So now that you have that in place, you want to first go ahead and you want to create a conversion action in Google Ads. You want to navigate the tools and settings, measurement, conversions, and then you want to add the purchase in, right? So what you are going to do is you are going to go ahead and you're going to hit new conversion action, go to tools, you're going to go to measurement, conversions, right? So when you get here, click new conversion action. You're going to click on website, and in this case, I'll just put, domain for Cometly. Okay. All right, cool. Now what you want to do is you want to add a conversion action manually. All right, and you're going to select the category here as purchase. Okay, you're going to make this the primary action used for bidding and optimization. You just want to name this purchase. And you want to use different values for each conversion and just have that selected there. Okay. And you want to count every. Click done. Okay, hit save and continue. All right, and now it's going to take you to this page here, and you want to select use Google Tag Manager, and you're going to see a conversion ID, and you're going to see a conversion label. So the first thing you want to do is you want to add the conversion linker tag. So go back to Google Tag Manager, you want to click new, and you want to click conversion linker and click tag configuration. It should be right here, conversion linker. Make sure that you have this selected for enable linking on all page URLs. Go to triggering and select all pages and click save. Okay. And now the next step is clicking new, and we're going to have this Google Ads purchase tracking. Click tag configuration, click Google Ads conversion tracking, and you're going to see that the conversion linker tag is found in the container. So you're going to go back to Google Ads, you're going to copy the conversion ID, copy that in. You're then going to go to the conversion label and copy that here. Okay, and you are going to, for the conversion value, what you're going to do is you're going to look here, and you're going to see that the customer total order value right here, you're going to copy this, customer total order value, and you're going to come here, and you're going to click here, all this value, click variable configuration, data layer variable, and you're just going to copy that in right there. All right, so that's going to automatically put in value in there, and here's where you have your, so you can just use the eCommerce transaction ID, your currency, select there, and this is what you want to do. You want to basically you want to provide new customer data, right? Sorry, you want to include user provided data from your website. Here we go. And you want to select user provided data variable, and you want to click new variable. Okay, now what you want to do here is you want to so this is user provided data. You want to name this variable configuration here, select manual configuration. Now you can see here on the guide that we have names for these, right? So we have for email, we have DLV-email, and we know that it's customer billing email from the tag assistant right here, right? So under, here it is, customer billing email, you can see that populated, right? So you're going to copy this. Now again, I already have this for you right here, so all you got to do is for the email, go to customer billing email on this doc, you copy that, and you'll see DLV email, right? So you go to email, you go to new variable, and you're just going to call this data layer variable email, right? Exactly like we have it here. And you're going to set this as a data layer variable, put that in there, and click save. Okay, and now we're gonna do the same thing for phone, right? So we know it's customer billing phone because with the setup that I provided you, you have the phone right here. Now I didn't have it on here for privacy reasons, but all of your customers will have that on there. And you do the same thing, new variable, and you do DLV, phone, data layer variable. Oh, copied in there twice. Click save. Okay, and now these are going to automatically populate, right? And now you want to do the same thing for first name. So you have customer first name, new variable, DLV first name, data layer variable, copy that in, click save. You're going to do the same thing for last name. Again, these are all from right here. So that setup that I had you install earlier, it's automatically going to put all this in here. That's why you're using these. And new variable. Okay, click save. Now you're going to go down here to the street address and copy customer shipping address 1. New variable, DLV, street address, data layer variable, click save. We'll do the same thing for city. New variable. Copy that in. Okay. Now for region, typically just want to choose the state if you are inside of the US. So let's see. So for here, you can go back and let's see, we have, go, have the city. Okay, so what we'll do is we have it under order data, customer, and we have state. So if you are in the US, you do have to take this additional step, and I'll have this on the sheet for you. So it's going to look like order data dot customer dot state, right? So this will look like this if you are in the United States like I am. And we'll just call this region, right? So this is order data.customer.state. And you can confirm that because it's order data here, then it goes down to customer, then it goes down to state, right? And so that's how we're going to pass that over. Okay. So you can go here and copy this now from the sheet. I've already done this for you if you're at this step. New variable. Now because I am in the US, we'll do that. Now again, if you're in a different part of the world, that's fine. That'll work. Okay. Now we're going to do country. Okay, and then finally we are going to do the postal code. So you can do new variable, okay, and data layer variable, copy that in, and you're good to go. All right, so what that is going to do now, it's going to pass all of this information in. Since it's from here, we already know it's automatically collecting from the plugins that you installed earlier, right? So when this happens, right, and somebody buys and we get this information, this is going to pass forward into the user provided data. And you're going to select manual configuration. You're going to set these all up like I did here. You click save. And now you want to make sure this is selected. Include user provided data from your website. okay? And make sure that this is set to true for enable conversion linking, all right? And now you're going to select your trigger, and you're going to create an event here and name this GA4 purchase. And you're going to come down to hit custom event, type in purchase. You don't need to select that, and just click save. And so what's going to happen is now every time there is a purchase event, it's going to send all that user provided data, which is the enhanced conversion data. It's going to send that right over to Google, and it's going to track back to the correct ads. And you want to click save. Okay, and you are good to go. Now, before you publish, the last step here is going to be clicking done, right? And then you're going to click into your event, and you're going to scroll down here, use Google Tag Manager. You're going to select turn on enhanced conversions on the conversion, right? Google Tag Manager setup. Okay, and let's see. You're going to put in, you're going to check the URL. This is a different ad account. Okay, and you're just going to click save. Okay, now you can see it's turned on, and you can click back, and you are all set. Okay, again, you can always test GTM by going to Google Tag Manager, clicking preview. You want to make sure you do this, click connect. And so what this is going to be doing is always testing and making sure this is coming in. You should have the GTM selected. You just click here at the top, and you can see the data layer. All of the information right here is filled out because it remembers me, right? So this is exactly how you want to get this all set up. Again, we do have this guide. It's going to show you exactly how this all works, shows you step by step. So if you did not download this yet and you're just watching, make sure you get that downloaded immediately. Or if you need any help, you can reach out to us at Commently, and we can definitely help you out with your tracking. It's a lot easier of a setup, and you can see the customer's information unlike in GA4. So definitely consider checking out Commently. We have a very simple help article. You copy 2 links and you're set up with your store, and you just download a simple plugin, you're good to go. Now, after you have all this done, you want to submit all of your changes and put this live. So you're going to click submit, and you're going to click publish. As soon as this publishes, you are now good to go to start running your Google ads and tracking, and also you are also going to see all of this data inside GA4, except the customer information. If you want to see the customer information, make sure you check out commently.com. We can definitely help you with your revenue attribution, and you can track all of your profit from your ads and see who the customers are inside of Commently. So make sure you give that a check out as well. And I hope this was very helpful, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much.